Good morning, friends. This is Mithun Reddy, serving as faculty member in Law and GST subject in all the levels. So, for now, we are starting GST for CMA Inter. So, first, before going to start the subject, we require to know what is GST. What is GST? What is GST? Goods, service, tax. What is GST? Goods, service, tax. Sir, wherever you go, whatever the subject you start with, if goods means as defined in Sale of Goods Act. Goods means what? As defined in Sale of Goods Act. Yes, you already know about the Sale of Goods Act and the foundation. In Sale of Goods Act, goods means every kind of movable property other than actionable claims and money. But here different. Throughout all the acts, goods means same except GST. In GST, what is goods? Every kind of movable property. Every kind of movable property other than money securities. So here goods means what? Every kind of movable property other than money and securities. Sir, what is a money? A money which having a legal validity, a money which having a legal tender, which means present using money in the market. Securities, which means shares, bonds, debentures, mutual funds, these are all what? Securities. If you compare the GST with Sale of Goods Act in regarding to the goods, what is the difference, Nana? What is the difference? Only actionable claims and securities. In GST, in Sale of Goods Act, in GST, securities is excluded, actionable claims is included. Here actionable claims is good in the GST Act. Now, in Sale of Goods Act, actionable claims excluded, securities included. Sir, what is a actionable claim? What is a actionable claim? Claim to take a action. What is an actionable claim? Claim to take a action. For example, Ramesh is a person who comes to me, asked rupees 1 lakh. How much he asked? He asked rupees 1 lakh. I said, without security, I won't let you to take a loan. He given the promissory note as a security and borrowed rupees 1 lakh. The time period for repayment is 1 year. On expiry of 1 year, I asked the person to repay. He never responded properly. Is I am going to stay calm? Is I am going to stay calm? No. I will go to court of law and show the promissory note, claim the court of law to take action on Ramesh. What is an actionable claim? Claim to take a action. So in GST, goods means every kind of movable property other than money securities, which means actionable claim is a good in the actionable claim is a good in the GST, but not in the Sale of Goods Act. Why we compare the same with the Sale of Goods Act? Whatever the act it may be, in all acts, goods means what? Goods means what? As defined in Sale of Goods Act. But in GST it is deferred when compared with Sale of Goods Act. In GST, goods means what? Every kind of movable property other than money securities. Money securities are excluded. Actionable claim is included. Sir. Now, service. Anything other than goods. Anything other than goods is a service. There is no explanation here. If it is not a good, then it is a service. If it is not a good, friends, then it is what? Service. Here, money securities is not a good and not a service. Money securities is not a good, not a service. Now I'll come to tax. Here, tax is a very wider term in the GST. We require to know act, rules, regulations, notifications, circulars. To learn the tax better in the GST, you have a clarity regarding all act, rules, regulations, notifications, circulars. First, we are going to start with act. Sir, in GST, acts are what? IGST, CGST, SGST, UTGST, compensation cess. Compensation cess. Sir, first GST started in the country France. Which country? France. But in France, only central government will collect the taxes and distribute the same to the states. But India is a federal structure. You all know that central and state both has the power to levy and collect the taxes. But we taken the GST subject from which country? France. Yes, in France there is no federal structure. That is a requirement. We require to make all these changes. We'll compare with the France GST to Indian GST. Now we will start. Sir, in order to levy GST, supply must happen. What must happen? Supply is the key word to levy GST. Sir, supplies are of two types. What are they? Interstate supply, intrastate supply. What, Nana? Interstate supply, intrastate supply. So what is interstate supply? LOS, POS. So what is LOS? Location of supplier. What is LOS? Location of supplier. What is POS? Place of supply. LOS, POS. In two different states. In two different union territories. One state, one union territory. Import, export. These are all what? Interstate supply. What supply? Interstate supply. What is interstate supply? LOS, POS. Two different states, two different union territories. One state, one union territory. Import, export. Interstate supply. Let me explain in detail. First, I am in Tirupati. Vaishnavi is in Hyderabad. She asked to send some laddus for money only. Where I am? Tirupati. LOS, Tirupati. POS. To which place I am delivering? Hyderabad. LOS, Tirupati. POS, Hyderabad. Two different states are not. Location of supplier, Tirupati, Andhra Pradesh. Place of supply, Hyderabad. It's Telangana. It's two different states. Like that. Two different union territories. I am in Delhi. As you know, Delhi is what? An union territory. I am in Delhi. Yes, Ramesh is in Puducherry. Ramesh asked, Sir, yes, in Delhi, yes, winter coats are of good quality. Please send 10 coats to me. Where I am? Delhi. Location of supplier? Delhi. Place of supply? Puducherry. Delhi, Puducherry both are two different union territories. Now, one state, one union territory. I'm in Jammu Kashmir. Gopal is in Hyderabad. I'm in Jammu Kashmir. Gopal is in Hyderabad. He asked, Sir, in Jammu Kashmir, apples are of very good quality. Yes, send a ton to me. LOS is in Jammu and Kashmir. Yes, POS is in one state, one union territory. Na? Now, import. What is an import? From a place outside India to a place in India. From a place outside India to a place in India. From UK, I imported a advanced laptop. Yes, LOS is in UK. Yes, POS is in India. Import. Import means what? From a place outside India to a place in India. Now, export. From a place in India to a place outside India. Yes, many people from India residing in America and many countries. Okay, yes, at the time of festival season, they will brought some food items from Hyderabad, Aberuchi, Pullareddy or something. So they are getting the yes food items from the sweet shops which are there in India, and they are asking them to export to yes America. LOS is in India, POS is in America. So once again, what is a interstate supply? LOS, POS. What is LOS? Location of supplier. Location of supplier. POS, place of supply. Supplier, supply. ఇక్కడ LOS, location of supplier. POS, place of supply. Place of supply. In two different states, in two different union territories, one state, one union territory, import, export. What it is? Interstate supply. For interstate supply, IGST to be levied. What to be levied? IGST. Sir, here IGST means integrated goods service tax. What is IGST? Directly taken by central government. Okay, now intrastate supply, LOS, POS. LOS, POS in same state, one same state, one same union territory. So LOS, POS is in same state, same union territory. Let me explain. Okay, I am eating biryani in Bawarchi, which is in Hyderabad. A person from SR Nagar asked me to send 2 biryanis. I am also in Hyderabad, and the person who is taking the biryani recipient is also is in Hyderabad. Both are in same state, na? Both are in same state, na? I am in yes, Old Delhi. He is in New Delhi. I asked him to send a mobile phone. Both are in same union territory. Hero. Delhi is a union territory. So LOS, POS in same state, same union territory. What it is? What it is? Intrastate supply. What it is, ma? Intrastate supply. For intrastate supply, what to be levied? Wait. For state, for union territory. If they're in a state, if they're in a union territory. First, if they're in a state, CGST plus SGST to be levied. CGST, Central Goods and Service Tax. SGST, State Goods and Service Tax. But if IGST is 18%, CGST, SGST is 9%, 9%. If IGST is 28%, if it is a interstate supply, then intrastate supply is 14%, half and half. Okay. Intrastate supply, LOS, POS, same state, same union territory. If they're in a state, what to be levied? CGST and SGST. If they're in union territory, again wait. Nana, union territories are of two types. Union territories are of two types. What are they? First, what type it is? With the state legislature, without state legislature. With the state legislature, without state legislature. Sir, what is with the state legislature? There is a assembly. There is a CM, but with limited powers. But with yes, you see the AP Chief Minister Chandrababu Naidu or Telangana Chief Minister Revant Reddy, they have full supreme powers. But if you go the union territories with the state legislature, there are only 3 union territories like that in India. Delhi, Puducherry, Jammu Kashmir. Wait, earlier Jammu Kashmir is a state. Thereafter it is divided into 2 union territories. One Jammu Kashmir with state legislature, 2 Ladakh without state legislature. After removing Article 370, the state of Jammu Kashmir is make into two union territories. One is Jammu Kashmir and other one is Ladakh. Jammu Kashmir is with state legislature. Ladakh is without state legislature. In India, union territories without state legislature, with the state legislatures are of 3. Delhi, Puducherry, Jammu Kashmir. There is an assembly. There is a CM, but with limited powers. Sir, balance powers who are going to exercise. Balance powers who are going to exercise. Lieutenant Governor. What governor? Lieutenant Governor. Not left hand or right hand. Lieutenant Governor. But for state, who is there? Governor is there. For union territories, who is there? Lieutenant Governor. Balance powers, main powers are exercised by Lieutenant Governor. Sir, if you compare Governor with a Lieutenant Governor, who is more powerful, sir? Governor is more powerful, Nana. Governor is more powerful. So, with the state legislature, without state legislature, with state legislature means there is a assembly, there is a CM, but with limited powers. Without state legislature, no assembly, no CM, all administration under the control of Lieutenant Governor. Under the control of Lieutenant Governor. Now we'll see with the state legislature, CGST plus SGST levied. CGST plus SGST levied. Even it is a union territory, it functions like a state, na? There is an assembly, there is a CM, yes, but with limited powers, as I already said. That is the reason with the state legislature, CGST and SGST to be levied. SGST means State Goods Service Tax. Now, without state legislature, CGST plus UTGST levied. CGST plus UTGST. UT means Union Territory Goods Service Tax. Once again, interstate supply, what to be levied? IGST. Intrastate supply, wait. Intrastate supply, if in a state, CGST plus SGST. If in union territory, again wait. With state legislature, CGST plus SGST. Without state legislature, CGST plus UTGST. Now, what is a compensation? Now, generally compensation to be given when other persons suffer losses. Yes or no? Yes or no? Yes. Now, yes, GST implemented in the year 2017, 1st July. That time, in the year 2012, there is a discussion between all state, yes, chief ministers along with the central finance and prime minister. There at the time, Bengal Chief Minister Mamata Banerjee objected GST implementation. Objected GST implementation, saying that yes, before implementation of GST, our indirect taxes revenue is, for example, 20,000 crores. How much? 20,000 crores. If you implement GST, our state revenue reduced to 15,000. Ante, by the implementation of GST, how much of revenue we lost? In the 5,000 crores. If already implemented, they are losing 5,000 crores. If they are going to implement, they are going to lose 5,000 crores. What is the requirement for our state to lose the revenue? We don't want GST. We don't want GST. Then there at the time, Prime Minister said, the states who are losing revenue, on implementation of GST, the states who are losing revenue on implementation of GST, central will compensate. Who will compensate? Central. Is central is going to get the money from their family? From this mother-in-law house? No. Again, they are going to levy on us only. On luxury products. On luxury products. Yes, premium cars, diamonds, like items, high-end perfumes. They are going to levy compensation cess. With that cess money, yes, they are compensating the states who are losing revenue on implementation of GST. So, compensation cess, yes, levied by central government on what? Luxury products. Yes, why? To compensate the states who are going to lose revenue. Now, first, they said for 5 years. In the 5 years, you need to take the measures and increase the revenue. They are going to give only 5 years for. Then later they extended 3 years. Even this year also running. So how many years from the implementation? 5 plus 3, 8 years. When GST implemented? 1st July 2017. So this is what, Nana? Act. How many acts are there? IGST, CGST, SGST, UTGST. Compensation cess is not a act. Okay. IGST will be levied in case of interstate supply. Okay. CGST, SGST levied in case of intrastate supply. Yes, in a state or in a union territory with the state legislature. Yes, CGST and UTGST will be levied in case of union territory, without state legislature. Any doubts, Nana? Any doubts, ma? No doubts? Okay. Now, act completed. Rules. Nana, rules framed by central government. Who will frame the rules? Central government. Nana, rules are subordinate to the act. Rules will specify some main points which is helpful to the act. For example, if I booked a flight ticket, the basic fare is 10,000. If I booked a flight ticket, the basic fare is 10,000. But it is a peak season. As you know, at the time of Sankranti and Dasara also, bus fares are going to increase. At the time of peak season, yes, even the basic fare of flight is 10,000. They charged 18,000. Now, On what amount the GST to be levied, the 10,000 or 18,000? Who said rules will give a yes more information. Basic fare into 5% in case of domestic bookings, basic fare into 10% in case of international bookings. Here, what is the basic fare? 10,000. They collected how much? 18,000. Basic fare into 5% is the value. Ante GST levied only on 500 rupees. 500 rupees is not the GST. We are going to levy GST on 500. These are the rules. These are the rules. Rules are subordinate to the act, and rules are framed by whom? Central government. Now, regulations framed by CBIC. Regulations are framed by CBIC. What is CBIC? Central Board of Indirect Taxes and Customs. What is CBIC, Nana? Central Board of Indirect Taxes and Customs. Sir, even customs now also running. Earlier for manufacturing, Excise Act is there. For manufacturing, what act is there? Excise Act. Yes, for interstate supply of goods, central sales tax to be levied. Central sales tax to be levied. Intrastate supply of goods, VAT, value added tax to be levied. In regarding services, service tax is there. But in regarding import and export of goods, customs is there. By leaving customs, balance all the acts subsumed into GST. Now there is no excise, no VAT, no CST, no service. These are all being subsumed into what? GST. But customs even now also running. So what is CBIC? Central Board of Indirect Taxes and Customs. Earlier it is CBEC. Earlier it is CBEC. Before implementation of GST, CBEC. Central Board of Excise and Customs. Now what it is? CBIC. Now what it is? CBIC. What is CBIC? Central Board of Indirect Taxes and Customs. Okay. Regulations are framed by CBIC, which are procedural formalities. Which are what? Procedural formalities. Yes. Now, notifications. Sir, notifications framed by central government. Notifications framed by central government. So, what is a notification? Every notification is a date, Nana. Every notification is what? A date specifying its applicability. Okay. Recently, GST tax rates has been reduced even for TVs or many items. The tax rates applicable from what date? Yes, central government will give a notification. From that notification, act changes is applicable. Okay. Earlier, yes, earlier, for example, watch tax rate is 18%. Now the watch tax rate is 5%. These changes applicable from what date? Who will give a notification? Central government. Earlier, yes, some medicines are taxable. Now that medicines are exempted. So, sir, these changes applicable from what date? Nana, generally, there is a council which called as GST council. What is there? What is there? GST council. Let me say. In that GST council, Union Finance Minister. Sir, central is more correct word or union is more correct word? Yes, if you see some posters, Union Finance Minister, Union Home Minister, Union Budget, it's not a central budget, it is a Union Budget. Sir, is Indian Army correct or Union Army correct? No, Nana. Union Army. Let me say. Now, before independence, they are independent kingdoms as well as British Raj. Jammu Kashmir, Hyderabad, those are what? Independent kingdoms. Britishers, while they living, yes, they given independence only to the British Raj. They asked the independent kingdoms, you can choose any of the three options. Option number one, merge in India. Option number two, merge in Pakistan. Option number three, be independent. Be independent. Yes, many kingdoms has been merged into India. So these are being merged, yes, with the hard work of Vallabhai Patel. That is the reason Vallabhai Patel statue we call as Statue of Unity. Unity. Now, if you go to, yes, Kachiguda railway station, there on the pillars NCR word is there, Nizam Central Railway. For Nizam, there is a army, there is a railway, there is a currency, which has been merged into India. Na? Now, that time Sikh regiment, Junagadh regiment, Jammu Kashmir regiment, yes, Hyderabad regiment, they are units. They have independent kingdoms, they have armies. They have been merged into India. That is the reason more correct word is Indian Union. Union Finance Minister. Union Budget. Got it? So Nirmala Sitharaman. Then Central Minister. What is the correct word? Union Finance Minister. So Union Finance Minister act as a chairman or chairperson for GST Council. The members are all state finance ministers. So GST Council, Union Finance Minister act as a chairperson. Union Finance Minister act as a chairperson. All state finance ministers act as members. Nana, they used to meet once in a 3 months. Once in a 3 months with a minimum. Once in a 3 months, they used to meet and they will give recommendations to the central government. Who will give recommendations? GST Council will give recommendations to the central government for change of, yes, tax rates, to make the exempted good taxable, to make the taxable good exempt. Who will give recommendations? But the GST Council, hero. Yes, based on their discussion, GST Council will recommend the same to whom? Central government, regarding increase or decrease of tax rates, regarding exempted goods taxable, regarding taxable goods exempted. Who will give recommendations? But the decision with the GST Council or central government? Central government only. Central government. Even Narendra Modi, while he decided to do demonetization, he asked RBI for recommendation. RBI said no, but Narendra Modi listened. That is the decision of central government. Yes, you may recommend me take an extra class. You may recommend me not to conduct Sunday extra class, but the decision with you or me? With me. So here recommendations are made by GST Council. The decision taken by central government. Okay. If central government makes the changes, they will give a notification date. For example, notification they given 1st March 2025. From these dates, changes are applicable. They make the medicines earlier taxable, now exempt. If the person purchased from 1st March, it is exempted. If the person purchased before 1st March, it is taxable. So notifications are given by whom? Notifications are given by whom? Central government. What is a notification? It is a date which specifies the applicability of changes. Which specifies the applicability of changes. Okay. Now, circulars. given by what, Nana? By whom, Nana? CBIC. Sir, even in your schoolings, yes, you are in a little bit confusion regarding the festivals or Dasara holidays announcements or something. There at the time, yes, a circular comes to your class teacher. Your class teacher give a clarification from tomorrow. Yes, 5 days there is the Dasara holidays. With that, you're having a more clarity now. You are in a confusion from what date to what date is the holidays. So in a school also they will bring a circular to the class. Then class teacher started, yes, saying that, yes, as per the circular given by the principal, from tomorrow for 5 days there is a holidays. Here also, if there is a confusion in the act, if there is a ambiguity in the act, yes, CBIC will give clarifications in the form of circulars. Where there is a confusion, who will clarify the confusion? CBIC in the form of circulars. So all circulars are clarifications regarding confusion in the act. Let me say a little confusion. If you go to Xerox shop, which means photocopy shop, and purchase a book which is already printed, is a good or service? It is a good. If you given papers and you ask the person to print it, it is a service. It is a service. Some persons feel confused about it. Some persons feel confused about it. Then who will give the clarification? CBIC. CBIC. So circulars, all circulars are clarifications where there is a confusion in the act. As of now, what we discussed, the word GST. This is the word GST. You want? You can take down as a notes. Start if you want. So start. Goods, service, tax. Goods, service, tax. Goods means what? Every kind of movable property. Every kind of movable property other than money, securities. None when compare with Sale of Goods Act. In Sale of Goods Act, securities included, actionable claim excluded. In GST, actionable claim included. It's a very important topic, the actionable claims regarding valuation also. You can expect a problem. So lottery, bettings, these are all actionable claims only. If you won a lottery, they fails to make the payment, you are going to go to the court of law, show the lottery, this is the lottery, won the prize, but the fellow, yes, lottery management refuses to make the payment, you can claim the court of law to take an action by showing the lottery, yes or no? Yes. So this is a very important word. What? Actionable claim. What is an actionable claim? Claim to take a action. Start. So good. Every kind of movable property other than money, securities. If you compare with the Sale of Goods Act, in GST actionable claim included, security excluded. In Sale of Goods Act, actionable claim excluded, securities included. Service, anything other than good. If it is not a good, then it is a service. Money, securities is not a good, not a service. Then tax, act, rules, regulations, notifications, circulars. Along with the printed material, maintain the running notes also, which will be useful for revision in a short way. Okay, done ma? Then put the heading Act. IGST, IGST, CGST, SGST, UTGST, compensation cess. Act, IGST, CGST, SGST, UTGST, compensation cess. Done, Anna? Now, so what must happen to levy GST, ma? In Sale of Goods Act, what happens to levy to collect Sale of Goods Act? To collect the sales tax? Sale. To collect sales tax, sale must happen. Yes, to collect GST, what must happen? Supply. Okay. Supply. How many types of supplies are there? Two types. Interstate supply, intrastate supply. Interstate supply, intrastate supply. Interstate supply, intrastate. Interstate supply. Interstate supply. LOS, POS. Nana, LOS means what, ra? Location of supplier. POS, place of supply. LOS, location of supplier. POS, place of supply. In two different states, in two different union territories, one state, one union territory, one state, one union territory, import, export. So for interstate supply, what to be levied? IGST. What is an IGST? Integrated Goods Service Tax. Okay. Then intrastate supply. LOS, POS. LOS, POS. In same state, same union territory. LOS, POS. In same state, same union territory. If in a state, CGST plus SGST. If in a union territory, make into two. Union territories are of two types, with state legislature, without state legislature. With state legislature, there is a assembly, there is a CM with limited powers. How many union territories like that in India? Three. Delhi, Puducherry, Jammu Kashmir. Union territory with the state legislature. Union territory with the state legislature. CGST and SGST to be levied. Next, without state legislature, CGST plus UTGST will be levied. CGST plus UTGST will be levied. Done, Anna? Now, put the heading compensation cess. Compensation cess. Okay. Compensation cess levied by Compensations is levied by union government or central government in your words on luxury products to compensate the states to compensate the states who are losing revenue who are losing revenue on implementation of GST. Five plus 3, 8 years. Now, in regarding who underline చేసి states అని పెట్టుకోండి. Done, Anna? Now, act completed. Put the heading rules. Rules. Rules framed by central government. Rules framed by central government. The rules are subordinate to the act. The rules are subordinate to the act. What rules are doing generally? Assisting the act provisions. That's it. Okay. Next. Put the heading regulations. Regulations framed by CBIC. Those are procedural formalities. Those are procedural formalities. Done, ma? Now, notifications. Notifications are the dates. Notifications are the dates. Specifying the date of applicability of changes, notifications given by central government. Now, circulars. Circulars are given by CBIC to provide clarifications where there is a confusion in the act. Done, Anna? With that, we covered what is a GST. This is the word GST. Now we are going to see parties. What must happen to levy GST? Supply. Now, how many parties there in the supply? Two parties. There are two parties in the supply. Supplier, recipient. Supplier, recipient. So in sale, seller, buyer, there are the parties na. So in supply, there are two parties. Who they are? Supplier, recipient. First listen, supplier. Person supplying goods or services or both, either directly or through a agent. Person supplying goods or services or both, either directly or through a agent. Okay, let me say RS Brothers. A sales executive sold some clothes to a girl. That girl required to pay money to the sales executive or owner? Sales executive ka. Owner. Who sold the goods? Sales executive. But you required to pay money to the owner. Yes. Which means sales executive is the agent of owner. If a article student, yes, of me, who completed a bank audit, the bank required to make a payment to the article student or an auditor? Auditor. So I can perform the work directly by me, or I can ask my article student to complete the work on behalf of me. Yes or no? So even article student completed the bank audit. Who is the supplier for bank? I am the supplier. I am the supplier. Who is the supplier? Person supplying goods or services or both, either directly or through a agent. If you go to a hospital, doctor, yes, and a nurse, the staff who given the treatment, but you required to pay bill to the hospital or doctor? Hospital. If a big hospital is there. If there is a small clinic in which doctor is directly doing the treatment. Now, doctor asked the nurse to provide an injection to the patient. The patient required to pay money to the, yes, nurse or the doctor? Doctor. Here, doctor is giving the services to the agent nurse. So, supplier means person supplying goods or services or both, either directly or through agent. Sir, for both. If we go to some hospitals, there they are providing treatment and there is a medical shop also, you are purchasing goods from there. Which means both goods and services. Take it down. There are two parties in the supply. Make it into two. Under the supplier, person supplying goods or services or both. Person supplying goods or services or both, either directly or through a agent. Any doubts, ma? Now, recipient, it's a big word. Recipient, with consideration. Without consideration. The consideration is a wider word. We'll see in the supply chapter. With consideration, without consideration. With consideration, person who pays consideration. So Vaishnavi who taking classes from Shikara, but the fees paid by Vaishnavi's father. For Shikara, who is the recipient, Vaishnavi or Vaishnavi's father? Vaishnavi or Vaishnavi's father? Vaishnavi taken a coaching from Shikara. Yes, fees paid by Vaishnavi father to Shikara. Who is the recipient? Vaishnavi's father. If there is a consideration, person who pays consideration. There is a consideration, person who pays consideration. Okay. Yes, you along with your family go for a restaurant and consumed multiple dishes. Your father paid the bill usually. Yes, for the hotel, who is the recipient? Your father. Even you consume two biryanis extra also. Who is the recipient? Okay. You along with your wife go for a shopping. Your wife purchased some saris. You paid the bill. For the shop person, who is the recipient? Husband. Anyways, husband will pay na. Okay. If it is with consideration, person who pays consideration. Then without consideration, take goods, separate, services, separate. In case of goods, to whom goods delivered? To whom goods delivered? To whom the goods delivered? Okay. Now I donated some blankets to the poor people who are sleeping near the roads or in the railway stations of older age. Is it a good? Blanket is a good or a service? Blanket is a good. I given free of cost, which means with consideration or without consideration? Without consideration. Now, who is the recipient? To whom the goods delivered? That old people. Now, she go to a orphanage school and she celebrated her birthday thereover by giving some books, pens and all. Who is the recipient? That are all for children, that orphan children. In case of services, to whom services rendered? To whom the services rendered? Nana, I'm a doctor. I go to a remote rural area, started a eye camp without taking any money. Some people from rural areas who comes to me and taken my services for eye checking. I not charged any money. Who is the recipient? That patients, that persons who taken the services. Okay. So in supply, how many parties? Two parties here. No buyer, no seller. You are not allowed to use that type of words here. Here only supplier, recipient. Who is a supplier? Person supplying goods, services, or both, either directly or through a agent. Okay. Yes, tarvata. Recipient with consideration, without consideration. With consideration, person who pays consideration. Without consideration, goods, to whom the goods delivered. Services, to whom the services rendered. Any doubts in the today's concept, Nana? Okay. Wind up the class for today. We'll meet tomorrow. Till then, bye.